Hi guys, welcome to another video this week. Today I have a little experiment. So this is my result after I do these when I'm bored and I usually wipe out all the paint after I'm done, but this time towards the end I started having more space, so this is what I ended up with. And I thought it might be fun to do a few paintings only using these colors. They're all very dark, all going towards this, and there's a lot of greens here that I don't like. But let's try and make this fun. Let's try and do this a challenge. I only thought of doing this afterwards. I wiped out a lot of the paints that I like this side is my favorite. But I only thought of this later. So I do have some purples and blues that I do like. Fortunately, I do have some brown here, so I can use skin tones. Let's see how this goes. This might be some fun. This is the leftover I have from my last video for Kuretake. I do have some colors here, but I don't want to mix them. These are Sennelier, and I do have some color here that I like, but I don't want to cheat. So let's try. I have some nice blues here that might be fun with. I don't know if I'll do portraits or just studies of things. I'm still thinking what I'm gonna do, but I thought this would be fun. This is like a color chart of everything, of every color I can make using these colors here. So basically these and these are the same, and that just goes across with the colors that I actually have. And then it's just like a black with yellow, and it gives this color, this one in this case. And I have lots of fun doing these, mostly when I'm bored. So I wanted to do another one because I think I left the ones that I did back at home. So let's go. Starting off the first sketch, I searched around a little bit for Pinterest just to have an idea. You can already tell that I didn't go with the image I saw on Pinterest. I never do. Sometimes I will, but sometimes it's just so I can have, I don't know, a start. I gotta say, this was actually way more fun than I thought. I was a bit scared. Like I mentioned, there are tons of greens there, and I don't like green, so I tried my best to use it. I mean, I like green, but I like the sort of, we call it dry green in Portuguese. I don't know how you call it in English. I don't know. I like the sort of green that comes with when you mix yellow and black. That's the kind of green that I like. Something a bit more grassy is not my favorite. I do like the sort of aqua thing, but that's not quite green. So I like between aqua and the green that's more on the yellowish side. That is actually my color that I do have from Daniel Smith. Elena, my friend, she gave me a little bit when she bought a tube, and I'm deeply, deeply grateful for her because I adore that color. So I went with this, how I go about everything else. I just did my own thing, just some little bit of hair and everything else, and I left my heat gun on. I usually cut it off of the video, but I think it's such a big part of my process. Like, I cannot work now without a heat gun. It's quite silly, but I don't know. I think I get way too impatient now, and I just want to paint. So I need it. I have tried a few moments to just let it go, but then I get impatient and I want to start working as fast as possible. And I think it's interesting as well to see the color just going paler in instants, so I like it. So here I go for another one. This one hurts so bad. This reference is pretty cool. I love it. And I don't know if you guys know Chris Hong, you probably do. And she did a study of this reference. And when I think about it and then I look at what I did, I'm ashamed. Honestly, I just noticed way later that one of the left eye is higher than the other. Since I was doing this at an angle, notice, and it pains me that it's so goddamn crooked. It really grinds my gears when I think about it. So this one is definitely not my favorite. It's very messy, but it's part of what I did, so I mean, not all drawings are going to be good, and I have noticed I get way more nervous when I do paintings on camera. I don't know, I think it's just the pressure of knowing that if it goes bad, I either don't have a video, or I have to do it again, or I have to share it with you guys. And I think, honestly, I prefer to share it, unless it's just really, really bad. But if it's something that it's not perfect, I will share it, even though, because everyone makes mistakes, and I'm definitely not a professional, and even professionals make mistakes. And I remember when I was younger, I used to idolize these artists that I used to see, because when I was younger, you barely had any videos on YouTube. You had speed paints sometimes, and it was mostly digital. It was very rare to find speed paints of watercolor, everything else. I remember the first tutorials were on DeviantArt, and they were very simple. And I remember when I used to think, whoa, these people are perfect, they don't do any mistakes, because we didn't see anything of that in the videos, and it was just a video. We did not have voices, we had nothing. I don't know, I think it's important to share even the lowest points. So here I went to another day because it was getting just way too dark. I think I really want to someday invest in another light. I have bought a lamp that has helped me a lot in filming when it's darker, but it's still not enough. I think I need to get another one for the other side. I don't have space for a light box. I have a very small space to work with, so I think since it's winter, it's more difficult to film when it's dark. So I really have to try my best to arrange the lighting, or at least just carry on the next day. This one, I think it's one of my favorites. She turned out really cute, and it was the one that I did without a reference. I started looking for a reference, but I was just like, yeah, whatever, and done it. And I used so much green. I'm so proud. I used almost all of it in here. Even though there are some more yellowish greens here, I have some that I probably wouldn't use, and I quite like how it looks. It really reminds me of Jacqueline de Leon. I think I used a lot of tones that she usually uses, and that's why it screams her. But I really like it. I think she turned out adorable. I like the little black lips, because I didn't have any more pink to work with, so I just went with the black lips, and they turned out pretty cute. Here I'm showing how much little I have, and I had so much blue left that I was just like, okay, I need to practice hands, and I can make hands blue, no problem. So yeah, why not go for hands? I really do need to practice hands, honestly. I think I have to do like 100 hand challenges or whatever that is because I'm just so rusty and they come out way too stiff. I don't know, they're just not flowy at all, and even if they could be not flowy, but if they weren't flowy, they'd have to be structured, which they're not either. They're very flimsy and very sausage-like, and I don't love that look. So I really need to practice hands. It's on my to-do list for 2020 to get better at hands. It's ridiculous that I'm escaping hands so much. They're such an important part of art. I need to get my shit together and draw hands, okay? If you see me not practicing hands, remind me. You have my authorization. This is what I'm left with. I used pretty much all of it. There's some stuff left, of course, but they are all pretty light. Only this bit probably has more pigment than this and this. So I could keep going, but not for long. So I think I'm gonna call it quits now. And I'm pretty happy with the amount I've used. I mean, I have a lot of paint here. So what I did, I started with this gal, and she's not too bad. This one, I can now see that one eye is higher than the other, but since I was doing on an angle, you should never do that, guys. Don't do my mistakes. Since I was doing on an angle, I could not notice, and now it's all I can see. This gal here, I like this one. It was nice to use the cool tones that I usually don't use, like the greens. I never use them. Oh. I forgot this. So I added the whites. Okay, so these two were the first ones I did yesterday. I kind of stopped because there was no longer any light, so I had to give it a little break. This one I don't like as much, but it's not terrible. It was a good practice of light, even though it's not good. She's very dead-like, and her eyes are crooked, so I think of all of these, it's my least favorite. But I was trying to do the cool versus cold, warm thing, but I didn't have enough warm tones to do that, so it's a cool and warm-ish painting. These two, I actually really like this one, and it kind of reminds me of Jacqueline de Leon. I think it's because I never use these tones, and she does a lot. Plus, like, the character I did kind of looks like the one she usually does. I think I don't hate it. I usually really hate using these greens, and I was actually dreading doing this just because I had so many green on the plate, but luckily it didn't turn out too bad. This one was basically... let me just quickly do a few touches while I'm talking to you, because I don't know what I'm doing. This was just like, okay, I have tons of blue left. What the heck can I do? It's just like, okay, I can practice hands, I guess. And yeah, sure. As you saw in my last video, hands are not my forte right now, and it's something I really need to practice, but I've been lazy. I really need to practice them. But yeah, this was my little spread. I actually haven't done one of these in a while, just like filling up the whole pages like this. I usually use them in portrait style, even though this is how you're supposed to use a landscape sketchbook, but I don't. I use them the other way around for some reason. So it was kind of fun to have this limited palette, mostly because it was very random. It was not curated in any way. I didn't have a lot of paint, so once I ran out, I ran out. It was a bit odd, but I think it was a fun experience. I hate this gal. If I just could like, no, if I could just like the goodbye, no one's here. If I could do that, perfect. I don't love this one. I just like the ones on the ends. I think those are my favorites. So basically, my first and my second to last. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you will at least enjoy this. It was a very random idea that I had, but when I was done doing the little color chart, I looked at the plate and I was like, okay, I have a lot of paint there. I don't want to just wipe it off. Why not? It was very random, but I thought it was a cute idea when it came to my head. Let me know in the comments if there's any ideas, video ideas you guys want me to do, because I never expected to be able to keep up, sort of, because I'm not really, I'm barely making it, the one video per week thing, and at this point I'm kind of just like winging it. I don't have a precise idea of videos. It's just like while I'm doing my stuff I think, oh, this might be cool. If you guys have any suggestions, I am more than open to them. Thank you again so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me to have your support and to have you guys watch my shenanigans and hear me rambling. Leave a like and a comment down below if you want, and it really helps me if you leave something. It also makes me feel very, very warm and cozy when I see someone commenting on my videos. I'm like, oh, so cute. Feel free to subscribe. I try to upload around once a week, usually on Mondays. I don't know why I chose that day, but it felt fit to be on Mondays. I don't know how that ended up going, but here's my weird experiment. See you in my next video, guys. Bye!